Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Lecture on Samadhi. Hopefully, you have had a nice early morning. Okay. Now, as always, I will do the prayer on behalf of us. Hopefully, with the prayer, and we can be bestowed with the Buddhist wisdom and energy to go ahead with our daily life. Okay. Now let's sit upright, place our palms together, and concentrate on the prayer below. We take refuge with our kind mentor Bani. We take refuge with Shakyamuni Buddha. We take refuge with all the triple jewel of the 10 directions and the 3 periods of time. A verse from near future. This past profound and wonderful Dharma in hundreds of millions of years is difficult to encounter. When I say and hurry, receive and behold it, and without you fathom the Tadakta's true meaning, and without you practice the Tadakta's true way, and without you attain the Tadakta's true state. Without, we can spontaneously express the Buddha's understanding, Buddha's view, Buddha's wisdom, Buddha's merit and virtue, Buddha's capability and Buddha's state through our actions, speech, and thoughts. We also vow that all the living beings can enter into the Buddha's understanding, Buddha's view, Buddha's wisdom, Buddha's merit and virtue, Buddha's capability and Buddha's state all into us. So that's the prayer. And yesterday, let me check it out. Yesterday, we recited the first 3 sentences, and for the fourth one, somebody has done. So shall we begin with the first one, and maybe we can listen to the video?
Metatron is intimately connected with the tetragrammaton. The tetragrammaton is the fundamental geometric pattern, grammaton. The tetragrammaton is the fundamental geometric pattern, the template or primordial emanation of physical reality, which has been called the Word of God or the Logos. The tetragrammaton is the fundamental geometric pattern, the template or primordial emanation of physical reality, which has been called the Word of God or the Logos. The tetragrammaton is the fundamental geometric pattern, the template or primordial emanation of physical reality, which has been called the Word of God or the Logos. The tetragrammaton is the fundamental geometric pattern, the template or primordial emanation of physical reality, which has been called the Word of God or the Logos.
Okay, so here we go. And good morning, Alice. Would you like to lead us to read and recite this sentence once again? Because yesterday, you have finished your recitation, right? Hi, Alice. Are you with us?
Good morning.
Good morning. Is it convenient for you to get a mic to go ahead?
Yeah, can I recite them later? Okay.
Oh, yeah, sure. Okay. I think Aline, you first, okay? No problem. Welcome back you later, Alice. Okay, you read first and then try to recite it, okay?
Okay. The tetragrammaton is the fundamental geometric pattern, the template or primordial emanation of physical reality, which has been called the Word of God or the Logos.
Perfect. Yeah. Is it possible for you to recite now?
Yeah. The tetragrammaton is the fundamental geometric pattern, the template or the primordial emanation of physical reality, which is called the Word of the God and or the Logos.
Yes, fluently. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, amazing. Thank you so much, Aline. Now it's your time, Elva. Would you like to read and recite?
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
The tetragrammaton. Okay. The tetragrammaton is the fundamental geometrical pattern, the template or primordial emanation of physical reality, which has been called the word of God or the logos.
Mm-hmm.
The teacher, yes, the tetragrammaton. The tetragrammaton is the fundamental geometrical pattern, the template or primordial emanation of physical reality, which has been called the word of God, which has been called the word of God or the logos.
Perfect. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, good memory, Elva. You did so well. Thank you. I will follow it and try to recite it. The tetragrammaton is the fundamental geometric pattern. The template of primordial emanation of physical reality, which has been called the word of God, or the logos. Okay, I will recite it. The tetragrammaton is the fundamental geometric pattern, the template of primordial emanation of physical reality, which has been called physical reality, which has been called the word of God, the word, which has been called the word of God, or the logos. Yes, so that's it. And shall we go ahead with that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the fifth sentence? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, the fifth sentence. Now let's go for it.
Tetragrammaton is the fundamental geometric pattern, the template or primordial emanation of physical reality, which has been called the Word of God or the Logos. Here we see a two-dimensional representation of the figure, but if you look a certain way, you see a 3D cube. Here we see a two-dimensional representation of the figure, but if you look a certain way, you see a 3D cube. Here we see a two-dimensional representation of the figure, but if you look a certain way, you see a 3D cube.
Yeah, here we see a two-dimensional representation of the figure. Figure, it means, yeah, let's check it out. What does figure mean? F-I-G-U-R-E, figure. It's a noun, and I think it's so, yeah, have you seen it? Yeah, a particular shape formed by lines or surfaces. So this is the figure, a five-sided figure, and a solid figure, yeah, figure in this way. And here, a two-dimensional representation of the figure. Representation, you can see, you can like the scenes, yeah, a two-dimensional scene, yeah, a two-dimensional scene or item, yeah, or stuff such as this of the figure. Okay, so yeah, would you like to read it? Aline, read it and recite it.
Yeah, okay. Here we see a two-dimensional representation of the figure, but if you look a certain way, you see a 3D cube.
Yes.
Okay.
Recite it.
Recite it. Yeah. Here we see a two-dimensional representation of the figure, but if you look a certain way, you see a 3D cube.
Amazing you are. Yes, thank you so much, Aline.
Thank you.
Whatever the pronunciation or the intonation, perfect. I think so. Okay, now it's your time, Eva, to read and recite.
Yes, thank you. Here we see a two-dimensional representation of the figure. But if you look a certain way, you see a 3D cube.
Recite it.
Yes. Yes, thank you. Here we see a two-dimensional representation of the figure. If you look a certain way, you will see 3D cube.
You will see all 3D, right? Yeah, there is a,
Yes.
right? Yes, perfect. Okay.
Thank
Not a
you.
big deal. Thank you so much, Eva. Thank you. Here we see a two-dimensional representation of the figure, but if you look a certain way, you will see a 3D cube. Okay, I will recite it. Here we see a two-dimensional representation of the figure, but if you look a certain way, you will see a 3D cube. Okay, so that's it. Now let's go ahead with the last sentence.
Here we see a two-dimensional representation of the figure. But if you look a certain way, you see a 3D cube. When you see the cube, nothing has changed in the figure, but your mind has added a new dimension to your seeing. When you see the cube, nothing has changed in the figure, but your mind has added a new dimension to your seeing. When you see the cube, nothing has changed in the figure, but your mind has added a new dimension to your seeing.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's your time. Ali, you first.
Yeah, thank you. When you see the cube, nothing has changed in the figure, but your mind has added a new dimension to your seeing.
Perfect. Yeah, intonation is perfect as well. Okay, recite it, please.
Okay. When you see the cube, nothing has changed in the figure, but your mind has added a new dimension to your seeing.
Perfect,
Thank
perfect.
you.
Yes, thank you so much. Good memory. Okay, Elva, it's your time.
Yes, thank you. When you see the cube, nothing has changed in the figure, but your mind has added a new dimension to your seeing.
Yes, C-U-B-E. Yeah, I will spell the word. The word C-U-B-E. How to pronounce it? C-U-B-E.
Cube.
Yeah, cube. Perfect. Okay, recite it, please.
Okay. When you see the cube, nothing has changed in the figure, but your mind has added a dimension to your seeing.
Yes, a new dimension, right? Yeah, because
Yes,
originally, yes, perfect. Because originally, this is just two-dimensional representation of the figure, and then yeah, your mind added one, so it can be seen as a 3D cube. Okay, I will read it and recite it. When you see the cube, nothing has changed. Oh, when you see the cube, right? Listen to it again.
When you see the cube,
Okay, when you see the cube, nothing has changed in the figure, but your mind has added a new dimension to your seeing. Okay, recite it. When you see the cube, nothing has changed in the figure, but your mind has added a new dimension to your seeing. Okay, so that's what we learned for what we have recited sentence by sentence today, and it's time for us to link them together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 sentences together. Okay, and first of all, read it through. Okay, read the whole paragraph through. Ali, you first. Okay, go ahead with your reading first.
Yeah. 读3遍吗？
Okay, no
是
problem. How many times you decide? It's up to you, as you wish. Okay.
OK， 那我 once 读1遍。OK。An analogy can be made with Metatron's cube. Metatron is mentioned in various ancient Christian, Islamic, and Jewish texts, and is archetypally related to the Egyptian natal source, as well as Hermes Trismegistus agrees.
Trismegistus.
Trismegistus. Yeah, thank you. Trismegistus agrees. Metatron is intimately connected with the tetragrammaton. The tetragrammaton is the fundamental geometric pattern, the template or primordial emanation of physical reality, which has been called the word of God or the logos. Here we see a two-dimensional representation of the figure, but if you look a certain way, you see a 3D cube. When you see the cube, nothing has changed in the figure, but your mind has added a new dimension to your seeing. Thank you.
Yes, perfect. So you will listen to us, okay? Later you try to recite it, okay?
OK，
Lin, okay.
前面对前面那个第二句可能会有点磕绊。
Okay, you can read the second sentence. Yeah, another time. Yes, please.
Yeah, thank you.
Metatron. Yes, please begin.
OK. An analogy can be made with Metatron's cube. Metatron is mentioned in various ancient Christian, Islamic, and Jewish text, which is related to and is archetypally related to the
Egyptian
natal source, as well as Hermes Trismegistus of Greece.
Perfect. Once again, okay, this sentence.
Yeah.
Metatron
is mentioned in various ancient Metatron is mentioned in various ancient Christian, Islamic, and Jewish text, and is archetypally related to the Egyptian natal source, as well as Hermes, Trismegistus of Greece.
Yes. Trismegistus
of Greece.
Yes, perfect. Yes, thank you. Okay, Elva, it's your time. Let me check what's the chat. Okay, Alice, you first, and then Elva. Okay, Alice, you first, please, to read them through.
Yeah. Analogy can be made with Metatron's cube. Metatron is mentioned in various ancient Christian, Islamic, and Jewish texts, and it is archetypally related to the Egyptian natal source, as well as Hermes, Trismegistus of Greece.
You did so well. Yeah, Trismegistus. Yeah, Trismegistus. You did so well fluently. No problem. Now let's go ahead.
Metatron is intimately connected with the tetragrammaton. The tetragrammaton is the fundamental geometric pattern, the template or primordial emanation of physical reality, which has been called the word of God or the logos. Here we see a two-dimensional representation of the figure, but if you look a certain way, you can see a 3D cube. When you see the cube, nothing has changed in the figure, but you fig, but your mind has entered a new dimension to your seeing.
Perfect, perfect. Yes, thank you so much. You did it so fluently. Read them through means through 是 from the first to the end. Do you know through? From the first sentence to the last sentence, it means through. And you can walk through the hall. Walk through the hall, it means you can enter the hill at one end and then walk through the hole and you can reach the other end. So I think you can, through now. Yeah, completely. It means from the first beginning to the last end. Now it's your time. Hi, Eva. Thank you for waiting.
Yes, thank you. Analogy can be made with Metatron's cube. Metatron is mentioned in various ancient Christian, Islamic, and Jewish texts, and is archetypally related to the Egyptian Naxos, as well as Hermes Trismegistus of Greece. Metatron is intimately connected with the tetragrammaton. The tetragrammaton is the fundamental geometric pattern, the template of primordial emanation of physical reality, which has been called the Word of God or the Logos. Here we see a two-dimensional representation of the fig. But if you look a certain way, you see a 3D cube. When you see the cube, nothing has changed in the fig, but your mind has added a new dimension to your seeing.
Oh, yes, you did it so fluently. Yeah, you improve yourself a lot, Eva. You're talented, especially when you see the cube. Yeah, the intonation is authentic. Yeah, just like the Western people, the English speaker. Yeah, you did so well. And please pay attention to this word. So would you like to try again? Have you seen my mouse?
Yes.
Yeah, this word again.
Figure.
Perfect. Yeah, figure. Perfect. Thank you for your attention. Yeah, okay. Pay more attention to it, not fig, but figure. Yes, you're right. No, yes, great. Yeah, Aline is praising you highly. Okay, claps for you, Elva. Now I will read it. And the knowledge can be made with Metatron's cube. Metatron is mentioned in various Asian, Christian, Elastic, and Jewish texts, and it archetypally related to the Egyptian Naxos, as well as Hermes Trismegistus of Greece. Metatron is intimately connected with the tetragrammaton. The tetragrammaton is a fundamental geometric pattern. The template of primordial emanation of physical reality, which has been called the Word of God or the Logos. Here we see a two-dimensional representation of the figure, but it look a certain way. You will see a 3D cube. You look a certain way, you will see a 3D cube. When you see the cube, nothing has changed in the figure, but your mind has added a new dimension to your seeing. So that's it. On time for us to recite it. Aline, could you be the first one to recite it?
Yeah.
Try it, please.
Yeah. 我是接着背吗？我刚刚的时候背了2段。
是从头到尾。
我现在是
Yeah, from the first beginning to the end.
Okay. An analogy can be made with Metatron's cube. Metatron is mentioned in various ancient Christian, Islamic, and Jewish texts, and is archetypally related to the Egyptian letter source as well as Hermes, Hermes, Trismegistus of Greece. Metatron is connected with the tetragrammaton. The tetragrammaton is the fundamental the fundamental geometrical pattern. The tetragrammaton is the fundamental geometrical pattern, template or primordial emanation of physical reality, which has been called the word of God, or logos. Here we see a two-dimensional representation of the figure. If we here we see a two-dimensional representation of the figure, but if you look a certain way, you'll see a 3D cube. When you see the cube, and nothing has changed in the figure. Nothing has changed in the figure, but you has added a new dimension to your seeing. Thank you.
Perfect. Exactly. Yeah, 100 marks, 1 marks. Yes, no,
Thank you
no
so
fault.
much.
Yeah, no fault at all. Thank you so much for your leading, Aline. Yeah, big challenge, I think. Now it's your time, Alice. Would you like to try?
Yes, okay, yeah. I
So
would
right.
like to try. An analogy can be made with Metatron's cube. Metatron, yeah.
First one,
Metatron,
yeah, first sentence from the first beginning, please. I cannot hear you clearly just now.
sorry, okay. Can you hear me more?
Yes, it's better.
Okay. An analogy can be made with Metatron's cube. Metatron was mentioned in various ancient Christian, Islamic, Jewish texts, and is archetypally related to the Egyptian letter source. Egyptian letter source, as well as Hermes, Trismegistus of Greece. Metatron is intimately related to tetragrammaton. The tetragrammaton is the fundamental geometric pattern, the template or the primordial emanation of physical reality, which has been called the word of the God of the Logos. Here we can see a two-dimensional representation of the figure. But if you look a certain way, there you see a 3D cube. Yeah, a 3D cube. When we see the cube, then nothing has changed. Sorry. When we see the cube, when we see the cube, nothing has changed to the cube. I'm sorry.
Yes.
But your mind has added a dimension to your seeing.
Yes. Yeah. Have a look. Have a glance at the last sentence.
Nothing has changed in the field.
In the figure, yeah, within the figure, nothing has changed. Yeah, the figure is the original figure, but your mind, yeah. Okay, last sentence, repeat it, please.
Okay, when you see the cube, nothing has changed in the figure, but your mind has added a new dimension to your seeing. Yes.
Congrats. Yeah, good memory as well. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for your efforts on these 6 sentences together. Okay, it's your time, Elva.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Recite it.
Yes.
Is it?
6 sentences.
Yes, thank
together.
you, thank you. Analogy can be made. Analogy can be made with the analogy. Sorry. Let's begin. Analogy can be made with Metatron's cube. Metatron is mentioned in various ancient Metatron is mentioned in various ancient Christian, Islamic, and Jewish texts, and is archetypally related to the Egyptian native source, as well as Hermes Trismegistus of Greece. Metatron is intimately connected with the tetragrammaton. The tetragrammaton with the tetragrammaton. The tetragrammaton is the fundamental geometric pattern, the template or primordial emulation of physical reality, which has been called a word of God or the logos. It has 2 dimensions. Oh, here we see a two-dimensional representation of the figure. If you see a little certain way, but if you see a certain way, you see a 3D cube. You see a 3D cube. When you see the cube, nothing. When you see the cube, nothing has changed in the figure, but your mind, nothing has changed, but your mind, but your mind has added a new dimension to your scene. 我感觉我 low 了。
Yeah, no. It's right. Yeah, has added a new dimension, not dimensional. Yeah, I think it's the oral mistake, no worries. Yeah, to your saying. Yeah, every word you did it so well. I think you are right. Perfect. Thank you so much. I will recite it. Thank you, Alpha. You are excellent. Okay. A knowledge can be made with Metatron's cube. Metatron is mentioned in various Asian, Christian, Islamic, and Jewish texts, and is archetypically related to the Egyptian natal source, as well as Hermes Trismegistus of Greece. Metatron is initially connected, Metatron is intimately connected with the tetragrammaton. The tetragrammaton is the fundamental geometric pattern. Yeah, the template of primordial emanation of physical reality, which has been called the world or the word of God or the Logos. Here we see a two-dimensional representation of the figure, but if you look a certain way, you see a 3D cube. When you see the cube, nothing has changed in the figure, but your mind has added a new dimension to your saying. So that's it. Not so familiar, just according to my understanding. Thank you for your tolerance, for your patience. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you so much for your time, and we can go ahead with new 2 sentences tomorrow. Yeah, it's very useful. We can go ahead tomorrow, catch up tomorrow, okay? Enjoy your time ahead. Bye.